dealership and some other things that I know we'll be doing with Scott to get the word out and the local shoppers guide and social media and whatnot, to make sure that people know that something is available for them to take advantage of. One of the problems is if you don't have internet, it's really hard to find out via the internet if something's available.
Hard to sign up online.
It certainly is. So we're prepped and ready to go for that. We're excited to do this next phase with the county. I think we've made some pretty good headway to this point, and really looking forward to getting this next one off the ground and what we can accomplish for 2022 and 2023.
Do we have any questions for Mr. Dodge, Supervisor Yonke?
So you gave us the numbers you have served. How many can't get served because of woodses and all that?
Well, that's a loaded question. If you're within, and I'll try not to do this with the physics stuff behind it, but if you're within 7 miles of a tower, the radio frequency can reach you. The issue is that in some cases, if you've got deciduous trees or if you've got oak leaves that have ferric oxide in them, they do a wonderful job of refracting, reflecting radio frequency away from where you want it. So what I ended up actually doing at my house, I took 6 trees and went, I'm sick of picking up the leaves and the needles on them, and they sort of turned into firewood, but now I got a great line into the tower. A lot of people may not want to do that, but as the requirement for bandwidth goes up, and think of it as kind of the highways that you get to travel on to get to things on the internet, the faster the speeds, the less tolerant the frequency that sends and receives that is of obstacles. And this might sound really corny, but you know, a whale sound can travel 50 miles through the water. They're big, long waves. Those will go through trees. It'll go through water. The problem with higher frequencies is those waves are real jagged, and all the information gets stuffed in the valleys and in the peaks. So you can get a lot of information into it, but as soon as they hit something, they dissipate. So the higher the speed, normally the less distance that you can actually push it with something in the way.
Also, have you checked out the tower on Finger Road right at the Brown County line? That's there right now. It's a real tall tower. It's about 300 feet.
On Finger, give me another crossroad. I know a lot of towers.
BK line and Finger Road.
Okay, the BK line. I have not been at that site. I know where it is. I'd be lying to you if I told you I had a lot of information on it.
It's pretty tall, and you could serve a lot of people with that one.
Let me find out. Get on it. Let me find out more. Give me a couple of days, and I can get back to Scott or somebody and let you know the status.
What usually the typical issue is, Supervisor Yonke, is the owner of the tower and what they want to charge you to be on that tower. That is usually the probably biggest mitigating factor.
And it's kind of confusing even to me, and I've been doing this for 25 years, is that you'll be by a tower and go, hey, my cell phone should work great. I should be able to get some kind of service off of that. And you look at your phone, you got 1 bar. And it's like, well, what's going on? And each of the carriers, whether they're Verizon or AT&T or Bug Tussle, everybody has got a block of frequency that's very specific that was assigned to them from the FCC. And if your phone doesn't happen to receive that signal, or if the carrier that you're using for your cell phone doesn't play with other carriers well, you won't get anything. And we actually interact and do business with just about everybody. And we backhaul a lot of traffic for primarily AT&T. We do T-Mobile, we do Verizon, we do Cellcom, and they do for us as well. But it's a reciprocity agreement. But that doesn't mean we're on every site or that we play on every site. And a lot of that has to do with FCC regulations of what we can and can't do. Would I like it different? Absolutely. Is it going to happen? It's all about who paid for the spectrum, and it's very expensive. But that doesn't mean I can't be on the tower.
Any other questions for Mr. Dodge? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I failed to mention, I didn't look at your card until after you were up here, Vice President of Operations. So Bug Tussle sent somebody really important this month.
Yeah, I clean bathrooms too, so it's all right.
Well, last time they sent the 5th assistant to the 4th vice president of, something. All right. Very good. All right. You have the motion before you. If there's no further discussion, are we prepared? All right. You may register your vote. Supervisor Mastelier. Supervisor Mastelier, could you please register your vote? I hate to disrupt your conversation, but all right, we have 17 yes, 1 no, 2 not present. Motion carries. Moving on, whenever you're ready for the next resolution.
A resolution awarding the contract for the construction of pheasant exhibit at Bremer Park.
Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes. Go ahead.
I'm not sure that we want to do a motion at this present time.
Okay.
I think instead what would probably be better is we bring up Mr. Myers to be a human punching bag and to explain the situation as
All
to
right.
why the board should not be taking
Mr.
on this
Myers,
resolution
please
at this
come up.
time.
We'll try to go a little easier. Last month it was Mr. Every and he didn't come back. So,
Come
Not
back
to
if you
make
asked him
you-
to come back.
what's that?
He'd come back if you asked him to. All right, so but I wish I had numbers to give everybody tonight, but everything, the bids we received, we had 3 different bidders. I have it with me, Scott. They all came in over budget. So we had met with the zoo group and the architect back in, let's say, late December, early January. At that point in time in the construction world, they were very confident we'd be within budget with bids. And now with everything going on, I don't know what reason why, but bill of materials are skyrocketing and everything came in well over budget. So last night's promo and rec meeting, we decided to go back to the drawing board and relook at things. So we'll see what happens with that.
So I guess there's no action then on that this month.
If I may, Mr. Chair,
You may.
just for some information, and if my information's inaccurate or the like, I expect Mr. Myers will help to fix my mistakes.
Absolutely.
The budget was estimated to be $300,000, $100,000 coming from the county, $100,000 coming from the zoo group, and $100,000 coming from a private donor. And that was going to do, was it 8? That was going to do 8 pens with a walkway and a covered roof over the walkway. And we thought that 300,000 seemed like a good number. The bids came in and the lowest bid was $385,000. And that was for still 8 pens and a 8-foot walkway, but no covering of the walkway. And so as we asked for options, whether it be a 16-foot walkway or whether we were to add 4 more pens, numbers went up to as high as $750,000. And so that just made us, we were deflated, I guess is the best way to say it. And that we were hoping that we could break ground on this project this year. We're still looking to see what options there may be. We're going to be talking to the firms that put in the bids to talk about the concrete work and the fencing and where they got their different costs and see, are there other options that could possibly take place? But at least for right now and why we why we decided not to bring this resolution before you is because it was higher than what was first agreed to. And we'd rather give you better options when we know more information. Because if we only approve for 300,000 and it's 385, then where does the extra 85,000 come from? So if there's other questions, either Mr. Supervisor Yankee, Mr. Myers, or myself can try to answer those.
Are there other questions for them? Anything needs to be answered here tonight? Okay, seems pretty straightforward. So
Thank you.
thank you, and we'll look forward to hearing at some point further. All right. Consideration of ordinance read at previous board meeting.
An ordinance amending Chapter 2 of the Kewaunee County Code of Ordinances.
Do I have a motion? Supervisor Lazansky, second by Supervisor Mastelier. Is there discussion on this? Any questions on that motion? All right, seeing none, whenever you're ready, we will. You may register your vote. Seventeen yes, none opposed, motion carries. All right, do we have resolutions from other counties?
A resolution from Vilas County requests state to revise the current real estate transfer fees revenue sharing formula. From Pepin County, resolution to eliminate the Badger Care eligibility cliff. From Polk County, a resolution urging state elected officials to use expected 21-23 budget surplus to fund rural fire and ambulance emergency services.
All right. Any others? That's it. Do we have any Kewaunee County events anybody wishes to share? Supervisor Lazansky.
So on Saturday, April 9th, there will be Kewaunee Alumni Fest Committee is sponsoring a free band, Bacchus Lotus, that will be playing from 7 till 11. So it's a precursor to our July event. Once again, it's free, so come on down.
Any others? Supervisor Mastelier.
Well, it's getting to be that time of the year for all you thirsty people here. And March 26th, the Dykesville and the Kewaunee Lions are putting on a Roar Off the Shore over in Luxembourg. You're invited, Dan.
I'll be there. When's this?
Saturday, March 26th, from 2 to 6.
All right.
And we've got over 50 breweries. We've got 8 wineries. We've got 8 food vendors. The wine, the beer, the food is all included in the price of your admission ticket. Tickets are available online. They're also available at businesses throughout the county. The Bank of Luxembourg, all their branches have tickets for sale. And also the month of April is the Kewaunee Lions has a calendar raffle in the month of April. So if you want to take a chance on our calendar raffle, they're $10 a piece. And
Is this a swimsuit calendar or what?
it's a 1 month calendar. The biggest payout is $450. The least is $65. And like I say, they're $10 a piece. They're available from myself, from my wife, any member of the Lions. I believe the judge candidate has some calendars that he even has. And if you want, if you got $10 that you'd like to donate to the Lions so we can give some money away again this year, we appreciate it.
So did
But
you
we
get-
look forward to seeing everybody there on March 26th.
Did you get a month in the calendar or we're gonna,
April.
we're gonna see you, we're not gonna see you in a Speedo on there, are we?
Well, you just might, because it so happens that I'm the guy that picks I pick everybody's name. Um,
Okay.
One name got tossed in last year.
Now people are gonna be lining
I'm
up
not
to
gonna
buy
say
this out
who
of
it was,
curiosity.
but there was a name that got tossed in, didn't get paid out. But if you want to come and see the drawing each morning, it's done at 5 o'clock in the morning. I do it out in the
Okay.
garage. So if you want to meet me in the garage at 5 o'clock in the morning, you can be there for the drawings every morning.
All right. Other Kewaunee County events, Supervisor Haskey.
Okay, since we're talking about $10 to try something, the domestic abuse is doing a fundraiser called the Smokehouse in June, and they are now selling booklets that have locations all over Kewaunee County and Door County, where if you go in, you can get their secret word and put it on the piece of paper. And when you get them all filled, you bring it in and we're going to do drawings at the Smokehouse. And it's $10 for the booklet. We're only selling 150 books. So there's good opportunities with that small amount of books being going, but there are a lot of different places to go to. We made most of our money off from the locations that agreed to be in the book, that paid a fee to be in the book.
All right. Other Kewaunee County events. All right, seeing none. Comments from the chair. It is hard to believe this is the last meeting this term. Next month will be after the election and will be our reorganizational meeting. So I want to express my deep appreciation to all of you who have served. It is hard for me to believe that it has been 2 years. And I would encourage all of you to take a few moments at some point to reflect. It really has been kind of a wild 2 years with all that we've had going on. But despite that, thanks to the hard work of so many people, including the members of this board, I think that the county has done very well. We're on good, solid footing in so many ways. And I want to express my deep appreciation to each and every one of you. You have put in a lot of, I know that you have given a lot of time. It's not something that you necessarily has the greatest rewards always, certainly not doing it for the paycheck, but for service to your community. And it does make a difference, and it is important. So, and I especially appreciate the fact that so many of you are continuing. So as for me, I appreciate greatly the opportunity to have served as your chair for these 2 years. Next month is reorganizational meeting. If I am so privileged, I would certainly be happy to continue to serve if the new board has confidence in me. It has been an honor. And when I came into this position, I set 2 goals for myself. Okay. The first one was to always do the right thing. And the second was to have fun. I've worked very hard to do the right thing. I believe I have. And I've had a lot of fun. And I hope you have enjoyed your time as well. So with that, we will move on to the dates for the next meetings. We already have April 26th and May 17th are scheduled. June 21st is proposed. Does that work for? And that would be, the June meeting would be proposed to be at the highway shop.
I move to approve June 21st at the highway shop,
Okay,
6 o'clock.
second by Supervisor Poppy. Does that work for everyone? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Supervisor Vollenweider, second by Supervisor Augustine. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
All right.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.